Well, hello people on YouTube, this is Saint Anger 74, and today I'm bringing you another Prestige recap. I'm now Prestige 7. Oh my goodness, I hate the emblem already. I've had it for 17 levels and I despise it. I want to be 8th Prestige already. I want to be 9th, I want to be 10th, I want to be Prestige Master. Grrr. And anyways, I wanted to recap what I've been doing these last 2 Prestiges, and I want to give you some tips and tricks on stuff that I've been following up in completing. So, these 2 Prestiges, 5th and 6th, I've been going for 2 classes, the shotguns and the LMGs. Basically, when I was 5th, I only used shotguns and SMGs and stuff. And the shotguns, except for the M1216, I've gotten them all gold. I'm getting the M1216 gold right now because I finally used the unlock token on it. But it's probably the biggest waste of my life because the M1216 seems to be the worst weapon I've ever used in my life for headshots. So, that's going to be a problem. I mean, not for headshots, but for one-hit kills just in general. In hardcore, the thing gets hit markers for days. So, it's going to be fun to try and get that thing cold. Anyways, the rest of the time, possibly more than half of 6 Prestige, I've been going for Diamond LMGs, and I achieved it, as you can possibly see by this gameplay right here, right now. And I have a few tips and stuff to give you on my new favorite weapon class besides SMGs. SMGs are still dominating this game, but I'm forced to use other classes. I'm forced to use assault rifles and shotguns and stuff. And LMGs are my favorite now. So I have 2 weapons out of that class that for me stood out as the greats of the class. For me, the LSAT and the QBB LSW were not as great. The LSAT was for me the hardest for headshots, and it was probably one of the easiest for bloodthirsty medals and like the no perks and attachments. But the problem is the gun. Every LMG has this awful quality of its iron sights. So once you have the chance, put on reflex sight, put on the variable zoom scope. That thing is a beast for headshots. There's a tiny reticle, and especially for LMGs with low recoil, like maybe the LSAT and the MK48. That thing's a beast for getting headshots. And the hybrid scope, which I've been using a lot. Try and get long shot medals combined with bloodthirsties once I finished all the headshots. So those sights are really helpful. The reflex for me is the one I've used most though. The LSAT and the QBB were the harder ones. The QBB, I strongly suggest to not even bother aiming with that thing when you're anywhere near close range, because it shoots really fast, so you're gonna accidentally eventually hit the person. The LSAT, however, does require a lot of aiming and possibly a laser sight, but for most LMGs, you want to stay out of close range engagements. It's better on long range maps. It's better to go prone. It's better to head glitch, and it's better to pick an area and hold it down. That's what those things are really good for, and I'll explain to you in a minute what my 2 favorites are: the hammer and the MK48. The hammer is just an all-around beast. It feels more like an assault rifle than an LMG, and yet it has the highest mobility in the class. You run the fastest with it, and it has the fastest reload time. Even with 75 bullets, it reloads really fast, so you don't need to worry about it. It's just like an assault rifle. And the hammer has considerable recoil, so reflex sight is suggested. I don't suggest using ACOG sight or the variable zoom on that thing because it increases the recoil when you zoom in a lot. The hammer and reflex sight are suggested a lot for the hammer. The thing though has ridiculous hipfire accuracy. Like, you can hipfire the hammer without laser sight and you will rape. Like, close range, you will beat most SMGs if you get all your bullets on target, if you're good enough at winning gunfights close range. So, those are my tips for the hammer. The MK48. It is now my favorite outside SMG weapon ever. Like, this thing, the only disadvantages it has is the fact that you run slow with it, and the fact that it shoots slow. It has the slowest fire rate in the class. But when you look at it, the ACR 6.8 from Modern Warfare 3, it didn't have the fastest fire rate in the world, but yet everyone used it. and I think the MK48 is like an equivalent of the ACR. It has ridiculous range with reflex sight. It has almost zero recoil. Like, it bounces around a little bit, but if you want, it was so easy to get headshots with it because all you have to do is aim for the head, and it's right there. The recoil doesn't pull it down or up or anything, so you're guaranteed a headshot if you aim for the upper part of their body or their head. Like, it was so easy to get headshots with that thing. Then, after the headshots, the rest of the challenges took me no time at all. I just did them this morning. I had nothing this morning, and yet I still managed in 2 hours to finish the rest of the challenges. And for me, that's really good. For the rest of the LMGs, it took me longer. Like, I finished all the Bloodthirsties before I finished no perks and attachments. That never happens to me. Like, it happened to me with the LSAT because I decided to camp it out because the LSAT isn't the greatest of all weapons. But the MK48 is a beast. You can see by this gameplay. It just kicks ass. People will think you have aimbot because your aim just does not move off their body. It's ridiculous. So, and with laser sight, I really suggest laser sight. My 3 attachments on the MK48 are grip, laser sight, and reflex. Then perk 1 greed, perk 2 toughness, and perk 3 dexterity. That's my class setup with the MK48, and it's an absolute, like, I think beast is an understatement for that gun. Like, it's ridiculous how good it is. So, if you LMGs, there's only 4 of them, so getting them diamond is easier than assault rifles, SMGs, and stuff. Maybe if you're better with shotguns, you can get those things diamond. But for me, I'm better with LMGs. So even though I started LMGs, after I got 3 shotguns gold in half a prestige, like starting at level 30, I started trying to get these things diamond. And in that time, I managed to get them all diamond. So just in that half prestige, it was really, really easy to get them diamond. LMGs are a really underused class. When I pull them out in a game, everyone else seems to realize that they're actually really good, and they start using LMGs on me. And, you know, that's when people realize that it's good. People, if you're watching this, use the MK48. It's ridiculous how good it is. If you find a good head glitching spot, or if you go prone, it's impossible to kill you unless they're behind you or something. So, you know, give it a try. You won't regret the MK48 with laser sight, reflex, and grip, with lightweight, ghost, toughness, and dexterity. That's the best class I've used so far, besides SMG classes in this game. So definitely give it a try. This is basically it for my prestige recap and tips and stuff. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys later. Goodbye.